All right, Tyler. Overnight, you guys upgraded your extreme heat watch to an extreme heat warning. What's the basis for making the change this morning?
Yeah, so we have upgraded that watch to a warning due to an increase in confidence when it comes to forecast temperatures and the overall heat risk associated with those temperatures. So it does look like we will have widespread high temperatures ranging between about anywhere from about 95 all the way up to about 103 during the peak of this heat event. It does look like the hottest 2 days will be Friday and Saturday, but it is a prolonged heat event that extends all the way through Monday, actually. So, yeah, now that we're confident in those temperatures and now that we have widespread high end moderate to major heat risk, we decided to pull the trigger on that upgrade.
When we talk about an extreme heat warning, it's not just the high temperatures, right? We're worried about what happens overnight.
Correct. Yeah, that's a great point. We definitely consider those overnight lows just as much as we consider the afternoon high temperatures. In this case, during this upcoming heat event, our overnight lows will generally be in the 60s, but a lot of spots will struggle to get much below, say, 65 degrees overnight. And there will even be some spots in like urban cores and on the mid slopes of the Cascades where the overnight lows might struggle to fall much below 70. So, not a whole lot of relief overnight, not as much as maybe we typically would see. And so that's another factor driving up that overall heat risk.
This appears to be the longest duration heat event that we've had this summer. We've had a couple flirts with 2 or 3 days of heat and then it backs off, but um, what are we seeing pattern wise that's leading to this extended length?
Yeah, great question. Great point. This is definitely the longest duration heat event of this summer season thus far, as you have noted. The main reason for that is because we have a fairly large upper level ridge of high pressure that is currently over the Four Corners region, so kind of over the desert southwest region of the United States. However, over the coming days, that will actually be amplifying and lifting northward and setting up right over the Pacific Northwest. And once it gets overhead, it looks like it will stick around for a while, hence the long duration of this heat event. So, yeah, the pattern's kind of locking in place for a bit there.
Is this unseasonable or is this kind of typical summer like weather for us here in the Northwest?
It's definitely unseasonable. Having a heat event like this isn't, of course, totally uncommon or anything like that. However, what makes this one maybe slightly more unique is it's occurring kind of in late August. So typically, once we get into late August, heading in towards early September, it becomes much harder to see triple-digit temperatures. So, if we're going to be hitting 102, 103, seeing numbers like that, high temperatures like that, those are going to be record high temperatures for most locations. So, in that sense, yes, it is unseasonable.
A lot of people here still talk about the heat dome from a few years ago that obviously happened in June. But any similarities to what we saw then to what we see now?
Thankfully, no. We have, this heat event is nowhere near the magnitude of the June 2021 heat wave. Fortunately, we don't see any signs of creeping above 110 or certainly above 115 like many locations did during that heat event. So the magnitude of this one certainly is not comparable to our June 2021 heat wave.